Well, hello, sixth grade. I'm making this special video for the lesson 38 in math. Somebody had been asking about it, or is it lesson 39? I guess it's lesson 39, where it's talking about multiplying decimal numbers, and I'm going to show you how that works. Okay, and it starts off with they have the one problem at the bottom of 39. I'm going to teach this in class tomorrow, but if you want to just see tonight how to do it, I figured this would be an easy way to do it. Basically, the rule is this. So if you're going to multiply decimal numbers, whether one of them is a decimal or both are decimal, it doesn't really matter. It would be something to the effect of this. I'm going to give you one here. All right, so you can see it's 3.5 or 3.5 times 1.2. The multiplication part is done just like you would normally do multiplication. So you have two numbers on top, two numbers on the bottom. So you multiply them out like normally. You'd have the 2 times 5, and so that's 10, carry the 1. So then you have 2 times 3. All right, 2 times 3 plus the 1, that's going to be a 7. All right, then you go to the next line. You put an X or a 0 on that first space. All right, and then you continue your next part, and that's 1 times 5 is 5 for that first thing. So 1 times 5. And then 1 times 3 is 3. So everything's added up like you would normally do. And this is what we came up with as far as our number, 420. However, because you're multiplying decimal numbers, you have to count the decimal places. Now, a decimal place is any number, whether it's a 0 or not, that you use in your multiplication that is after the decimal. So you have the 1 decimal here and in both numbers. 1 decimal there. So a total of how many? Total of 2 decimal places. So 2 decimal places. And so this is what you have, 2 decimal places. So that means I'm going to start at the end of my answer, which is right here. And I'm going to count 2 places back. 1, 2, and that's where my decimal goes. So for that answer, it would be 4.20, or to simplify it, because you don't have a 0 on the end of a decimal number, it would just be 4.2. So that's how that works, and that's the way that a multiplication problem for decimals works. If you have one part that has a decimal number, so let's say I'm going to look at some of your examples here of what they have. All right, so look number 6 there. It says 63 times 0.7. Okay, now you don't need to multiply 0 because that's at the beginning of the number. But we do know that this has 1 decimal place. And the reason they put that decimal there, or the 0 there, is so that you can recognize that there's a decimal there. So you put 0.7, that catches your eye. If you just have this, like that, you may not recognize the dot there, or the decimal that's there. So that part, so we just do the normal multiplication. 7 times 3 is 21, carry the 2. 7 times 6 is 42, plus 2 is 44. And then the rest of it's 0, so you don't need to do anything. So how many decimal places did you use, though? There's only 1 in this number and none in this number, so a total of 1 decimal place. So we start at the end, and we go over 1 decimal place. And so your answer becomes 44.1. There you go, freebie, free answer for you. All right, and I showed you how to do the work and everything. All right, that's it. Thanks for listening. We will teach this again tomorrow, of course, but just in case you wanted to know how to do it ahead of time tonight. All right. Bye.